Hello, everybody, and welcome to Andrew's Theories, the video series where I have an idea that pops into my head of a possibility, of a maybe, of a somewhat, of a who knows, and I share it with you, the world. So, what's my theory today? Well, it has to do with Kingdom Hearts. I know, but look, I got a lot of pent-up aggression for this one, okay? Let me beat this dead horse a little while longer before I call it a day. I still got some strength left in my arms and a whole arsenal of wooden clubs left to use and break. So let me go to town on this thing, shall I? Now, this brilliantly concocted train wreck of a game, sorry, I just have to call it that, it's good, but there's so much that could have been improved upon it, and this could have sat on the shelf for another 6 months and then been released. The more you asshole, Square Enix. But, alright, I have a theories. So it's like 3 videos worth of theories here. Theory number 1 deals with the ending, which is what I'm talking about today. And I don't mean the secret ending. I don't mean the epilogue ending. I mean the ending, the one that you get by completing the game the first time through, without collecting all the magic emblems, not collecting, you're just playing the game through again from point A to point B. That is my theory video for today. So that ending shows everybody happy. You have Roxas, Axel, Scion, Hayner, Tenor, Palette. I know I probably mispronounced a lot of those. And Exa, or Axel's friend, all hanging out in Twilight Town. You have Ventus, Aqua, and Terra hanging out in their world, and the little critter from the final world shows up and befriends Ventus again, even though he still doesn't, I guess, remember who it is. Who knows? You have Mickey reuniting with Minnie, Donald reuniting with Daisy, and Jiminy and Goofy just standing there like, we're both bachelors yet, which I really feel bad for Goofy, but then again, I'm the same way, so bite me. So you have all of that. Riku getting with Naminé, which is a whole can of worms I don't want to touch. So on and so forth down the road. All of this panning out in a happy ending, with them all winding up on Destiny Islands, basically having a fun day, looking out onto the tree branch where you see Kairi and Sora holding hands. Which, first off, let me take a moment and say this. Yes! Thank you, Christ! And thank you! Yes! God bless you, Nomura! Oh, I would say that last part, but it's shown in the ending, and spoiler, by the way, if you haven't finished the game, but then again, the ending's been out for a while. It shows Sora disappearing and Kairi shedding a single tear. Now, why did this happen is my theory. Think back to the Pirates of the Caribbean. Yes, I know, but bear with me. We just had to deal with thinking of Johnny Depp one last time, or in this case, we're thinking about Orlando Bloom. So that might help. Not much. Then again, I don't like either of them, so who cares? But either way, when Will Turner was killed or was dying, Jack had the brilliant idea of having him stab Davy Jones's heart. That made Will Turner the new captain of the Flying Dutchman. Remember, the ship needed a captain. Well, alright, technically, if I remember right, his father was the one that actually cut out Will's heart and made him the captain of the Flying Dutchman. But still, either way, Will was saved. The trade-off, however, was not that good. 1 day on land, 10 years at sea. So, remember now the ending of Kingdom Hearts. After you kicked Xehanort's bony old ass about 4 times in Sala Caelum, or however you pronounce that. Make it easier, please. God. Anyway, after you manage to beat him about 4 times, you finally show his bony, time-traveling ass what's what. Sora makes the comment and the announcement that he is going to find Kairi no matter what. She's not going to spend one more moment alone. And he sets off to do that using the power of awakening, which was hinted that it could kill him. It could destroy his body. Now, there are 2 theories for this, both of which I'm going to share. At least both of mine, anyway, in regards to this. It's possible that Sora could have used the power, found Kairi, saved her, but in the process got himself trapped forever in the final world. Remember, Sora was already there once, and according to that cat creature, whose name I can't remember, he'd already been there a few times beforehand. Occasionally, because death and sleeping cross paths, it's not uncommon to have a small interlude. However, think of it this way. The last time Sora was there, Kairi was the one that was holding him in one piece yet, because she was not willing to let Sora go. She still remembered Sora, she still loved Sora, and she was not willing to let him go. However, this time, Kairi was gone. Yes, remember, Xehanort killed her, turning her into crystal and shattering her right in front of Sora, which, honestly, if this were any decent video game, would have earned him a sweet, sweet ass-kicking off the mountain after God Mode engaged. But since it's Kingdom Hearts, of course there's no God Mode for Sora. No! He doesn't get that until a cutscene, and doesn't even get to use it. Anyway, basically, because of this, it is feasible that Sora could be trapped in the final world because Kairi is still there. Or was there. My theory for that, at least the first one I have for this ending, is that Sora and Kairi swapped places. Sora knowing that his memory of Kairi was keeping her tethered in the final world like hers did for him, but knowing that once he brought her back, she would not be able to get him back because she already did it once. And I'm thinking it was kind of, at least my theory anyway, is that it was a one-way ticket. While not entirely unheard of, it is possible. I mean, let's face it, Sora is basically he's the king of hearts, if you think about it. Because he managed to save everybody from the darkness, brought them all back, and Kairi brought him back from the brink. Sora's the one that faced off against Xehanort, kicking his sorry bony ass once and for all, while the others were stealing Kingdom Hearts. Sora's the one that showed him the light in the form of what he can do and how powerful friendship is, finally admitting to him, even with Master Ericus telling him, look, it's done. Look him in the eye. He's got the passion and drive that the both of us wanted for so long, and there you go. So, it is possible, at least in that aspect, that Sora could have found Kairi in the final world and used his power similar to what he did in the first game when he used Riku's Keyblade to separate his heart from Kairi's. He could have traded his body for Kairi's heart, basically letting her return in a physical form, being her body, whereas Sora remains in the final world, now basically trapped there, like Naminé was. While sad, yes, but it is possible. Keep in mind, when we were in the final world, or I should say when you, the players, were, I haven't played this game, but when the players were in the final world as Sora, you saw a lot of stars that were floating around. One of them was Naminé, and there was another one that you could have an entire conversation with, that were actually scripted as a cutscene. The other ones were just simple text. It's possible that Sora is still in the final world as one of those stars, not able to return because he no longer has a body, because he has no physical form to return to anymore because he sacrificed it so Kairi could get her body and heart back. Think Edward and Alphonse from Full Metal Alchemist. Because Al's entire body was taken, Ed sacrificed his arm to save Al's soul. Transfer as it was. Then in Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, Ed traded his entire knowledge of alchemy and the ability to use alchemy to bring Alphonse's body back to the real world. So, utilizing that same idea anyway, it's possible that Sora could have actually, traded his body and kept it going. Now, the other theory is that he made a deal like the Flying Dutchman did. And that's why I talked about it beforehand, and I think I got a little off topic. But anyway, that's the idea, is that Sora could have been traveling the world and found somebody that made a deal with him. Sort of like the Flying Dutchman, Davy Jones's locker and all that. Whereas Sora basically agrees to a deal, and this being will return Kairi to normal. One day at land, 10 years at sea, or one day with her, God knows how many years you have to spend doing what I want you to do. Like, you must be in purgatory for that long. So, that's the possibility theories that I have, at least the only two that I have for that ending. Mostly because Sora disappeared as the sun was setting and Kairi shed a tear. She knew he was going to go. She knew he was going to vanish. And he kind of vanished just like the Flying Dutchman did in the third movie. So it's possible that this being could have made the deal that one day with Kairi, 10 years in the final world, or you owe me a favor, and that favor is you don't get to leave this world except for one day, and that's it. So that's my theory. Well, theories for the first ending of Kingdom Hearts 3. Sorry if it got a little off topic, sorry if it got a little confusing, but that's my theory anyway, or at least the theories that I have for the first ending. Yes, there are a crap ton more that I could come up with if I'd really sit down and think about it, but those are the ones that make sense. Because Kairi seemed to be the only one to remember Sora, because the others just kind of looked confused as they looked onto the thing, like, why is that person standing, sitting there alone? Why is Kairi by herself? Because they may not remember Sora, and her memory of Sora may not be enough to bring him back. Plus, like I said, it could also be the deal that he could have made with an unknown being. Because keep in mind, there are so many people left in Kingdom Hearts that probably were mentioned and never mentioned again. Just wait till Game Theorist comes out with a theory. He'll probably make a better one than me, with animations and dancing and singing and whatever the crap he does. Bastard. But anyway, let me know what your theories are for the first ending of the Kingdom Hearts game. At least for the first ending for Kingdom Hearts 3. And until next time, I'm Andrew Rhodes, and this has been Andrew's Theories.